My name is Michael Mitchell, and I am a program coordinator for Youth Services of Southern Wisconsin. And as a program coordinator, I provide employment skills training and job placement assistance to court-supervised youth throughout Dane County, Wisconsin. Approximately 100 of them every year. I've been running the program for about the last 15 years. I've been in it for about 18. And we have consistently about a 95% success rate for those youth that are placed. We place, until recently, we were placing about 75% of our youth in jobs. This last economy since 2008 has reduced that to about 45%. However, we do also provide them with 10 hours of employment skills training, plus we help them with a resume, we help them develop job leads, and then we try to use our influence to help them get an interview with employers. This is paid commercial employment. This is not subsidized wages. These are regular commercial jobs.
Mike, what is it about being particularly in the youth employment part of youth work, that you think is critical for youth as a service?
It's critical because there are a number of studies. We've done some surveys of our own. There are about a dozen short-term benefits for youth. There are about a dozen long-term benefits for youth. The long-term benefits, for example, youth find employment as young adults faster. They have shorter periods of unemployment. They earn a higher base salary. The more short-term ones are, they found that youth who have a job during high school actually do better in the classroom, provided that working is not cutting into their time for study and for doing the actual coursework.
And what's satisfying to you about doing youth employment?
What's satisfying to me about youth employment is that working in the ability to find, get, and keep employment is critical, next to right up there with education, because if you don't know how to find, get, and keep a job and build a cohesive work history, not being able to earn income is a serious drawback to any other plans that a person with raising a family, finding adequate housing. Everything depends on your earning potential.
Doesn't it seem like there's a lot of youth programs that they might focus on a lot of maybe like pre-employment things, but don't really know how to do youth employment, how to help youth really keep and find a job?
Yes, because most of them have never really come from that background. They've come from an educational background.
The youth workers, you mean?
Yes, but they've never really stopped to think about, well, how did I get my job? Because as I tell my young people, whether you're 14 or 40, finding, getting, and keeping a job is the same process. There's fine differentiations on what model of resume you use and how you list your references and things like that, but basically the process is the same. In fact, I'll even go so far as to say that I tell my kids that all the things that I'm going to teach you that's going to make you successful in finding, getting, and keeping a job is also going to make you successful in all the other areas of your life, because a lot of it has to do with trust, consistency, dedication, commitment, goal setting. All those things you have to do in all the other areas of your life.
That's awesome. Hey, Mike, is there a website or two that people could go to learn more about how to do youth employment?
There's a national organization, but there are many models out there, and I've developed my model pretty much on my own.
Is it on a website or is it available?
No, it's not available, and that's when there's a lot of people that come to me every year and want to pick my brain. Oh, how do I set up a youth employment program? And you really, it's like one size does not fit all. You're working with court-supervised youth, whether you're working with youth in foster care, whether you're working with pretty much mainstream youth, even if you were working with gifted and talented youth, I mean, kids with a real good potential.
What's the name of the national organization you mentioned?
I don't know it off the head.
Oh.
I can get it to you, but I don't know it right
Okay,
off.
that's fine. And then what's important to you, and what do you get out of being involved in helping build the field of youth work?
Well, I feel that those of us working in the field, either through, well, a combination actually of education and experience, we're, if not the experts, we're the most knowledgeable players. We're the most knowledgeable people out there. And it bothers me that politicians and other parties that know little or nothing about our field are dictating what financial resources we'll work with, whether it's per diems in a group home or residential treatment, or whether it's requirements for grants and other types of non-governmental funding, that they think they know, what enough about about our field to make these kind of decisions, and they really don't.
That's great. That's
So
perfect.
this is a way of fighting back, in a sense, fighting back and letting them know that, no, I want a place at the table. I want my expertise to be recognized.
That's great. Thank you very much.
Good.